name?
No, ma'am, I do not.
If you don't want to give your name to enter, you cannot enter. Everyone checks in with their name. You cannot record my staff or other patrons.
I sure can.
And I am not giving. No, you cannot.
I sure can, ma'am.
No.
I'm sorry that you feel I can't, but I sure can.
Then I'm going to call the police.
So you can do whatever you need to do. But am I being detained?
Right now, we're trying to figure out exactly the policy.
Since I'm not being detained, I'm going to politely refuse your request to stay with you, ma'am.
I'm telling you that you're not being detained for any reason other than we need to figure out the policy.
Imagine walking into a public library in Southampton, New York on May 3, 2021, only to be told you can't step inside without handing over your identity and you absolutely cannot bring a camera. Today's video from Long Island Audit shows exactly what happens when a simple building policy goes way too far and clashes directly with a citizen. Will the library director's call to the police end with a peaceful exit, or will someone end up in handcuffs? Make sure to check out Long Island Audit's channel in the description below to support their vital work in spreading civil rights awareness and let them know ID Refusal Central sent you. Stick around because the moment the sergeant arrives on the scene, the entire dynamic completely flips and you won't want to miss what unfolds next.
Are you recording?
I am recording, ma'am.
I don't believe you can have recording at the library. Are you already signed in, young lady? Okay. What's your name?
I have to give my
Okay.
I have to give my name to enter a library?
Yes, everyone has to sign in here because we have a number of people that are allowed in each department of the library.
Okay, well, you could put good citizen.
Okay, you don't want to give your name?
No, ma'am, I do not.
If you don't want to give your name to enter, you cannot enter. Everyone checks in with their name.
Well, I'm telling you, you can put good citizen down.
Okay, well, I'm just telling you our policy. Can you, if you want to take a moment, can you step aside so I can help this young lady behind you,
I'll
please?
step over here, sure.
You can step this way, sir.
Here. Hey, you can step that way.
Yes, you can
Sir?
step this way.
Excuse me?
Would you mind stepping that way while we help this person?
He's also recording and he doesn't want to give his
Huh?
name to enter.
What's your name?
What's your name?
I asked you.
sorry.
What's your name?
What do you need my name for?
I don't know who you are. You're just a random guy coming up
Right,
to
but
me.
you need to check in. You want to check in?
I told her
What?
she could use good citizen as my name. I'm not going to get, why do I have to give my name to enter a library?
All right, well, you can talk to the director. I'm not going to do this.
Fantastic.
Stop right there and listen to this demand. This is textbook administrative overreach disguised as safety, like demanding your passport just to walk into a grocery store. In a publicly accessible government building, unless law enforcement has reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime under Terry v. Ohio, you are never required to identify yourself just to exist in that space. But this interaction is just the appetizer. Watch how quickly a simple, polite refusal shatters thetheir illusion of control.
Put that in my face.
I'm not putting it in your
Please,
face.
back up.
Yeah, no,
I'm not-
is giving you
Back up.
permission to.
I'm not giving you permission to record me, so record that.
I am
We're not
recording.
giving you permission to videotape, okay?
I don't, ma'am, can I explain
have a
it?
library policy that indicates if you'd like to videotape us, you have to ask us permission,
Okay,
okay, sir?
ma'am.
Can you please turn that off?
Ma'am, can we have a dialogue here and a
Can we
conversation?
step outside?
Yeah,
Let's
let's
three
go
step
outside.
outside and discuss
Come on.
it.
I'm not going to go outside.
We're just trying to.
I'm not going to go outside, sir. I'm not going to go outside.
There's people that are trying to.
I don't know why I could just walk around the library peacefully.
No,
You're making a
cannot.
scene.
You cannot record. This is a public building. We have policies here.
I understand
You
that.
cannot record people without our permission. You can record the building. You cannot record my staff or other patrons.
I sure can.
And I am not giving. No, you cannot.
I sure can, ma'am.
No.
I'm sorry that you feel I can't, but
Okay.
I sure
Then
can.
I'm going to call the police.
So you can do whatever you need to do.
You want to step outside so we.
No, I'm good, man. I'm going to stay right here.
All right.
I'm going to stay right here. Thanks.
Look at that sudden shift in ego. This director is gaslighting a citizen by using a localized piece of paper to act like a monarch in a public lobby. Here is the reality check. The First Amendment broadly protects the right to record in publicly accessible areas, as established in cases like Glik v. Cunniffe, and no corporate policy can outrank the Constitution. But she is about to dial 911. Pay very close attention to how the auditor anchors his ground instead of running away.
Hi, how are you?
Well, can I ask why you haven't followed the library's requirements and what they're doing?
What do you mean?
They because of attestations and things like that with the COVID, they're trying to keep track because of numbers.
I gave them a name to use.
You did give them a name? Okay.
Correct.
Did they tell you about their recording policy that they asked you to leave without or to stop recording?
Okay. Well, I want to explain. Well, what's your name first?
Let me know, Officer Lubold. Can you let me know why you're here?
Okay. What's how do you spell?
Lubold.
Lubold.
Correct.
Okay. Badge 260.
Correct.
Great. I'm here today because that policy does not trump our constitutional right to film in public and publicly accessible areas. So I would appreciate it if you honored your oath to the Constitution and allowed me to go back peacefully on my way.
Go back where?
And wherever I want, because this is America.
Is there a reason why you feel the need to film in here today?
Yes, there's a reason.
Okay, you want to explain that?
No, I don't want to explain it.
Why not?
Because it's protected by the First Amendment, I'll tell you that.
Okay, I'm asking if you would like to explain why you feel the need to be filming in the library.
I'm going to say I'm conducting a First Amendment protected activity, and that's all I'm going to say about it. What's your name, sir?
Officer Cummings.
Cummings?
Yes.
And your badge number? I can't see it from down here.
Badge number 270.
270. Okay, great.
I'm just going to review their policy.
Yeah, that's no problem. You can review it.
Are you here by yourself?
I'm not going to answer that. Thank you.
Watch this interrogation trap carefully. The officer initiates a classic fishing expedition, trying to manipulate a casual conversation into a self-incriminating confession. Legally, exercising a First Amendment right is not a crime, which means the officer lacks the reasonable, articulable suspicion required to force an investigation. The auditor masterfully deploys his Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, but the real masterclass in legal judo is what he asks the officer next.
I understand
I'm
that.
asking you to just stay here for me.
And I understand.
Let me figure out exactly what's going on.
I understand that, ma'am. I understand you're a lawful officer, but am I being detained?
Right now, we're trying to figure out
So
exactly the policy.
I'm gonna. So since I'm not being detained, I'm going to politely refuse your request to stay with you, ma'am.
I'm telling you that you're not being detained for any reason other than we need to figure out the policy. We need to figure out the exact law.
So am I being
with you on
detained?
the Constitution.
I hope so. You took an oath to it, ma'am.
I know, I did.
Okay.
I did.
I hope so.
Okay, so just let us get through this and be this gentleman that you're being, and just hang tight with me until we figure this out. We have a sergeant coming.
Good.
Okay.
Good. Maybe he can clarify things.
Boom! He drops the ultimate constitutional hammer. Forcing the officer to state whether he is detained strips away all the psychological pressure and clarifies the legal boundaries of the encounter. Since the officer confirms he is not being detained, this is legally classified as a consensual encounter, meaning the citizen is 100% free to walk away or ignore requests. But don't blink, because a sergeant is walking through those doors with the rules in hand, and the tension is about to skyrocket.
This is the library's policy about filming inside.
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
Good, how you doing?
Good. Can I get your name and badge number, please?
Sergeant Jones.
Sergeant Jones.
Yep. Shield 255.
255. Thank you, Sergeant. And your name, sir?
Officer Castle, 263.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, if you could try to keep other patrons off the camera. They ended up not to, just if you could try.
I understand.
They have a right not to be filmed, especially when they're under the assumption in the library that no filming will go on without direct permission and consent from the library. So you can keep it on us.
Unfortunately, officer, they have no expectation of privacy in a public setting. This is a public building.
Do you know what the library's policy is on?
I do not know the library's policy, but what I will say, Sergeant, is that I know what rights are granted to me by the First Amendment, and I'm performing a First Amendment protected activity here today. I'm not. Policy.
Do you want to read the policy?
No, because it's honestly, because it's irrelevant, because policy does not trump the Constitution of the United States. Anybody can write a policy, but that's not going to beat out our rights It doesn't override the rights given to us by the United States Constitution.
And so what assumptive right do you think you have to be in the library when it has an explicit
First
right?
Amendment. I don't know if you're First Amendment.
I hear that, but elaborate on why this building you feel like is
Because it's public, it's accessible to the public, and that's it. I mean, it's a public building, so I have the right to film a public building.
Do you see the absolute desperation in handing over a local rulebook to law enforcement? Presenting a library policy to override federal law is like bringing a squirt gun to a tank battle. The Supremacy Clause of the United States dictates that the Constitution outranks any municipal code, meaning this building's no filming sign carries zero legal weight against the Bill of Rights. Watch the sergeant process this indisputable reality check, leading directly to the inevitable walk of shame.
While arbitrary policies will always try to undermine our First Amendment rights, our absolute best defense is peaceful education, because knowing your rights is the only way to preserve them. So share your perspective in the comments, subscribe to Hold the Line with us, and stay empowered alongside the community here at ID Refusal Central.